Hello and welcome. I'm Wolfgang Riebe and these are my quick tips. Now today I'm going to be a touch controversial and stir the pot, as I believe I'm reaching an age where I think beating around the bush is becoming pointless and actually completely ineffective. You see, I meet so many people that are unhappy and cannot make sense of the world that we live in today. And when I speak to them and try and ascertain what it is that is causing their discontentment, I realize that they are sheeples and simply following the accepted and the conditioned norms of the society they live in. You see, their frustration therefore arises because they have not discovered themselves. Think about that. You see, if I put this in another way, it's a case of doing what everybody else is doing without realizing that you are a unique individual and that you will never find true contentment if you try and fit in with everyone else. Surely following such a life you are merely a slave to what society dictates and requires from you? Consider that. You see, from the minute you leave school, there are these expected milestones with acceptable time periods in which to achieve them that you have to attain. And that makes you like a sheep. Because when you finish university, you're expected within 3 to 4 years to do that. And at least 3 years later, you should be married. And goodness gracious, if you haven't had a child by 30, then there's something wrong with you. And if by 35 you haven't reached an executive level or status in your job, what did you do wrong? And by 50, your offspring must at least have given you 2 grandchildren, so that by 65, when you're over the hill, you can be hidden away in a retirement home. Am I wrong? Ladies, if you are not married by 30, don't the family and friends start questioning whether there's something wrong with you? Right or wrong? Maybe, just maybe, the pressure of finding a partner and rushing into a relationship to keep everyone around you happy could possibly be one of the reasons why the divorce rates are so high. I mean, think about it. No one has the time to really get to know each other and check if they truly are compatible because, we got to get hooked up. You see, it's all about constant pressure to fit in. And by following these expected norms, people ruin their lives. Best of all, is they then spend a fortune at a shrink to give them every other possible reason except what I've just spoken about as the real answer as to why you're not happy. Come on. And this has got nothing to do with conspiracy theories or the Illuminati. This is pure logic. Think about it like this. If big companies and organizations, and especially governments, those in control, can govern how the masses think, feel, act and behave, then it is so much easier to predict their behavior, their buying patterns and life phases. Consider the conditioning by the media that if you are down, you need to shop for that new technical gadget or piece of clothing. This is the quick fix that's supposed to make you happy and cheer you up. The only problem is that it is a quick fix. This means it results in you buying something else straight afterwards because it doesn't last long enough just to make you feel even more better in your mind's eye. And then within a month, you're sitting with all this extra feel-good stuff which you can actually just go throw away. Plus, you have all this extra debt that is forcing you to work overtime and still remain unhappy. On top of that, you still need to attain certain milestones in life and give the illusion of happiness. Since when is having twice the possessions than your neighbor going to make you happier than them? Wake up! Do you still want to argue that you are not a sheeple? Quite shocking, huh? If not, then maybe you are one of those junkies who love living in the past and blaming everything in your life on past events. Yeah? Seems like to me the majority of the people in the world are on this plane, this level of consciousness. And those that aren't, here's the kicker, are actually listening to the gibberish of those that are. Furthermore, all the sheeples are expected, and they do follow political correct behavior. However, here's something I want you to think about. The crux of this statement is political, which means it was created by politicians. By now the warning signs and the sirens should be blaring loudly and going off. You see, my favorite saying about politics is by Plato. And he, many thousands of years, said, those who are too smart to engage in politics are punished by being governed by those who are dumber. True, huh? Here are the facts that you don't want to hear. We are all different. Not only by our race, by our country, by our religion, but also by what we each believe and perceive as unique individuals. Because we all grew up in different and in our own unique circumstances. You need to learn to accept and acknowledge this. You see, by forcing everyone to be the same and to see each other as the same is a control system taking away your unique individuality. This will never work. Hence the problems we've got in the world today. Now, before there is an explosion of racial accusations in the comments below, I am not saying that you must look down at any other individual or race or religion. On the contrary, I am saying that you must look up and respect every individual that you meet out there, because their beliefs, they have a right to them just the way that you have. This is where the world is going wrong. Everyone is pushing their own beliefs on everyone else and accusing those that don't conform to their beliefs as bigots and racist, amongst other things. Again, the majority actually listen to this insanity. What is wrong with this picture? Maybe, just maybe, it's the accusers that are the problem. Think about it. In a group of 100 people, one person, one lone individual has an issue. And everyone else tries to accommodate that one person. Huh? Have you actually considered that just maybe this one little problem person has something lodged in an area of their body where the sun never shines? Nobody has the right to label anybody else. Please understand that we are all unique, and we need to respect and accept each other for that uniqueness. Only then will we learn to become accepting of everyone out there, including ourselves. Which part of this is so difficult to understand? Today, if you're not a sheeple, people brand you and accuse you of being different. Hello. Maybe it's time everyone started embracing their own uniqueness. As I don't think the current system is really working that well. What do you think? It's just a thought. And an author once said, your life will get better when you realize that it is better to be alone than chase people who do not really care about you. Do you really think the current system cares about you? You see, this system has caused people to only be interested in others if they can gain something from that relationship. Therefore, this quote makes complete sense to me, because you are no better off hanging out with people that do not care for you or respect you for who you are. Surely that makes sense. I read a post the other day that identified religion as a control system. I saw quite a number of comments where people were offended by the statement. Why? Isn't that what it is? Think about it. Each and every religion has rules, regulations, and procedures that need to be followed in order to be part of it. And if you don't, some higher authority will punish you. Here's the truth. You don't have to have religions to have morals. If you can't distinguish between right and wrong, you lack empathy, not religion. Some people don't like hearing the truth. Okay, so how do we solve all of this? So far, there may be one or two of you that feel that I've been ranting and raving. Not at all. I'm trying to highlight the madness in the world today. I'm trying to inform you that you cannot be happy or find inner contentment if you are a sheeple and put up with all the conditioning out there. Above all, I want you to see a purpose in life and smile every day and have fun. Now, how do you do that? Easy. Stop listening to the BS out there and stop letting it rule your life. Stand up and be proud of who you are. Never let others tell you that you are superior or inferior to anyone else. Understand that you are unique and that you are entitled to be so. That is about the only thing you are entitled to. It's your uniqueness. So go out and embrace it. Go search for and discover what makes you unique. Stop trying to fit in with other sheeples out there. And most of all, allow others to embrace their uniqueness too. Stop being judgmental. And don't let judgmentalism of the sheeples out there affect the way that you think. If you can just accomplish that, then your life will begin to have meaning. And you will learn to celebrate your uniqueness. If you cannot do that, then you need to be content with being a sheeple. And if you want to lead an extraordinary life, then you need to embrace the extraordinary uniqueness of you. Just remember that you need to be extremely careful who you pretend to be, as you might just forget who you really are. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm Wolfgang Riebe. I'll chat to you again next time. Cheers.